There is a question that has been troubling me, and it cuts to the heart of what we believe the church is supposed to be. If the church is a kingdom, and if the kingdom means on earth as it is in heaven, then why does the church not own factories? Why does it not run farms? Why does it not build industries? We have reduced the church to a Sunday gathering, a place we attend, a system we support with our offerings. But the early church was something far holistic. It was a complete society, a city within the city, a people who did not just talk about God's provision, they organized it. We have been taught to believe that some work is spiritual. Pastors, missionaries, worship leaders, and some work is secular. Factory workers, farmers, engineers. But this divide does not exist in Scripture. When Jesus fed the multitude, he did not pray and send them home hungry. He multiplied bread and fish. He engaged in production and distribution. The feeding was not just a miracle, it was a model. God provides through tangible means. When the shepherd provides for the sheep, he does not just offer comfort. He leads them to green pastures. He ensures they are fed. The provision is physical, material, economic. When the Good Samaritan cared for the wounded man, he used oil, wine, and money. He paid the innkeeper. He engaged the economy to do the work of mercy. Here is where we have missed it. We have taught individual believers to be faithful in their workplaces. We have told the Christian factory worker to be a witness on the assembly line. And this is good, but it is not enough. If the church is a kingdom, then the church itself must establish factories. The church itself must create employment. The church itself must build industries where believers can work in environments that honor God, under leadership that fears God, producing goods that serve the community. Why should our graduates be handed over to unbelievers for their daily bread? Why should the systems that shape our people Monday to Friday be owned by those who do not acknowledge the King? In Acts 2 and 4, the church did not just share offerings. They shared possessions. They ensured no one was needy. This required organization. It required structures. It required economic activity. They did not withdraw from the world, but neither did they abandon their people to the world's systems. They built something together. They created a community where needs were met because resources were pooled and managed. This is not communism. This is kinship. This is family. And a family does not send its children out to beg from strangers when the family has land and hands to work. Imagine a church that does not just collect offerings as fruit, but seed and invests them. Factories that employ believers, owned by the church. Farms that feed the community, operated by the church. Businesses that train and hire graduates, funded by the church. Industries that produce goods for the market, run on kingdom principles. The offerings would no longer just maintain buildings and salaries. It would build infrastructure. It would create wealth within the body. It would ensure that when a young person graduates from a church school, there is a church workplace waiting for them. Some will say, but the church's mission is spiritual, not economic. To which we must answer, read the Gospels. Jesus fed the hungry. He cared for the sick. He provided for needs. The spiritual and the material were never separate in his ministry. Others will say, this is too difficult, too expensive, too complicated. But since when was the kingdom built on what is easy? The early church turned the world upside down because they took seriously the claim that Jesus is Lord over everything, including economics, industry, and work. So I ask again, not as an attack, but as an honest seeker. If the church is a kingdom, why does it not own factories? Why do we settle for sending our people out into systems we do not control, rather than building systems that reflect the King we serve? The Good Samaritan did not just pray for the wounded man. He used his resources to restore him. The shepherd does not just watch the sheep. He provides. Jesus did not just bless the crowd. He fed them. When will the church do the kingdom?